across all those platforms. Remember, the one and only Versus the DJ is going to be on the ones and twos in just a bit. But right now, we are still with our brother. He's called Samuel Luchemo. He's an award-winning mental health advocate and a casting director. Tunikazi stuff.
Yeah, so a good actor is usually able to tap into the emotions and be able to bring that out so that they can show what the character is going through. So as a casting director, are you able to identify people with certain, let's call them traumas, and then be like, okay, this person would be good for that role because they've experienced this?
Yes. Mostly, whenever I'm casting, I look at, I usually ask for your pictures, and then, pictures tell a lot of things. So your pictures, and then now your monologue. When you do a monologue of just 1 minute, I can easily read you. I can easily read the person that you are, the person that you don't want me to see. So I get to see that. And then now I can easily place you, the character that you're supposed to be. And it's easier for me because learning psychology, you get to see a number of things that people don't want you to see, but you can easily see them.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So, first off, you still going to give me a show to act, me and Versus here.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So let's say you're doing a casting, you're trying to get some guys to come on board, maybe for a movie that you've selected. But when you're doing this casting, you notice that someone has something, apart from him really reflecting on what he's going to represent in the movie, you notice something inside them. Probably they're going through some stress. They're going through, something, just something in the background.
Yes.
What do you do in such a situation?
First, I have to pull them aside to talk with them, get to know what are they going through. It's whatever the role that you're playing, will it affect, your acting in one way or another. And if is there a way we can navigate through it? Can we discuss on a way that it can be better? Because every casting director wants you to get the role. So if you do a good job, it's better. But when something affects you extremely badly, we have to see how to change it. So long as you have something unique that it's needed within that film or TV series or something. So personally, I prefer talking with the person first. Others don't use that because they just brush it off. So I prefer to understand this person. Is he or she willing to deliver what is needed for that role? And if you come out through this trigger situation, can you be better than that? And your trigger speaks volumes about yourself. Right. So once you can easily navigate, come out of it, then it becomes better for you.
I'm curious, what sort of feedback have you received from audiences with regards to the mental health issues that you've raised off of your work?
There's a lot. A number of people, even the movies have a few short films that I've produced. Most people relate with it. They say that this has changed them in one way or another to see life from a different perspective and stuff like that. Because there's a film that I made during COVID time. This lady brought... she got into issues in life because now you can't work and stuff like that. Your stuffs are being taken away, stuff like that. So now the only thing you can do now is to end your life, your child. So she takes some pills and passes on, and also gives the child. But the child has a hearing impairment. But the child survives. So the question most people asked me, now what happens to the child? And the main reason why I made that film is for you to think, if now you pass on, or rather you die by suicide, do you ever think of the person you're leaving behind? Because this lady thought that she's taken also the child, but the child woke up. So it makes you think, do do you love only yourself, or also do you see other people around?
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. But by the way, do you think Kenyans are taking this mental health conversation seriously? Because I believe that many guys were suffering from serious depression. I mean, if you look at the number of guys who've died off of suicide, it's through the roof. From your experience as a mental health advocate, you think guys are seeking help?
Yes.
Guys are out here intentionally trying to heal from their past traumas, for example?
I would say at least now it's better than how it was before. Like 15 years before, couldn't have such conversations. But now they're slowly getting in, but still not as much, because there are people who still, whenever you have either mental illness, they take you to a pastor and stuff like that. And there's a lot that goes through that. Even those pastors themselves, within their families, they have people who have issues. So people should embrace it better, should get to understand that this is not like a curse, quote unquote. It's something that we're born with. Every person has a certain illness or mental issue, but the levels are different. So you just have to figure out what is your level and how can we help you to be better than how you are at the moment.
Random question. You know, I had a comment by there from a certain Gen Z, Kenyan Gen Z. Alikuwa anasema, Kev, I'm really passionate about this mental health conversation, but these conversations are boring, man. Like, do you think we should make them like, because I'm also very, very passionate about mental health conversation. Do you think we should make them fun, like bring in Kina guys like in a calligraph, mid conversation to have like a performance? Ama tunafa ku crack my jokes up, as they make it light.
I'ma just keep it on the focus.
I'ma just, mental health. It's a serious thing. Unacheki tunafaa kuapproach aje, bro, because it has to be multi-generational. Like everyone should actually be excited to share their story, to seek help, you know what I mean, to join a community of some sort.
I will use an example of my support group. Usually we speak about mental health, but we have to put in jokes kidogo here and there, so that whatever you're going through, it doesn't seem like serious sana.
Exactly.
Like, let's just tone it down kidogo. We joke about it, because like Marlon Wayans, when he lost, was it his mother or something, he used to joke about it a lot. And humor is the best medicine for any challenge that you're going through. Me personally, when I lost both my parents, I tapped into humor, where I would think like, for example, I would say, why have we never known the cobbler of Jesus Christ? because those shoes,
I know, man,
to live that long,
that's hilarious.
I want to know where exactly you bought those shoes.
Exactly.
Exactly. We have never known if he washes his clothes or not.
It's true.
So we have to tap into humor in one way or another. Whenever you go through issues, stuff like that, just find humor within it. It makes you laugh and tones down your whatever you're going through.
It's easy to it's easy to learn things. Infotainment, that's what they say. You can share important information while making it fun, while having a good time.
Yes.
Proceed.
Yeah. So I like how you mentioned that you have a group that you talk about, that you talk to about stuff like this. Because around men, it's not really a conversation that you find them having. Like with women, they say it's easier for us to talk about our mental health, what's going on in our lives, than it is for men.
That's why you live longer.
Facts.
I know, right?
But how can we break that bridge so that we can make it, more inviting for them to actually share some of the things that they're going through?
I don't know. Men, we're just interesting creatures. So I would say I usually advise my fellow friends, men, to speak about it. Whenever they're going through Nini, they just say, so that it becomes, you release that burden from your shoulder, because we go through a lot, and and most of us can't speak about it, because whatever I went through with, let's say, my late father, I had to speak it out one way or another. I had to tell him, and I also had to share it out. So it made me feel better, more relieved than how I am. So I encourage more people to speak about it. But men do speak about it in interesting ways. We joke about it one way or another.
We'll go into a bar,
yes,
we'll have a drink.
Yes. So, but we need to be more real in certain things and speak out more, because
I want to make a comment on that, actually. First of all, I don't support people who are dealing with mental health issues to go to a bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
I mean, I get what you're saying.
TIK.
Don't drink it away and don't smoke it away. Hey, inaweza kulima manze. Unaweza fikiria sana. You might go deep and never bounce back.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But
however, I remember I have a similar story to yours. You know, this whole thing of joining a community. When I lost my mom, and other, like my siblings and that kind of thing, you guys, see, your time ilikuwa nacheza rugby. Shout outs to Marush and kina Polycarp, kina, I mean, I could go on and on at Homeboys. You guys having a bunch of buddies around me really helped. Yes. When I get just being physical with the ball, of course you don't forget the fact that you're going through a situation like trauma and you're grieving, but they psych you, it's just like they kept on telling me, you know what, Kev, there's more to life, pick it up, it's not just like lenga at you, whatever's happening, but accept it, and push through the pain.
Yeah.
And it really helped. So I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, and let me ask you something, Samuel. What sort of legacy would you like to leave behind as a casting director, as a creative, when it comes to the mental health conversation?
The legacy I would love to leave behind is just, a bridge for somebody's future. So I guide you to where you need to be, and plus mentoring them, because I mentor musicians, actors, and models. So I would like to say you can be, how can I say it? There's somebody who said you can be a billionaire, but with a billion shillings, but that's nothing. It's better to be a billionaire and touch a billion lives. So I rather touch a billion lives than just have a billion shillings, because this is something we just live on earth. It's good, Nini, and stuff like that, but the more I give, the more I receive. But the more I receive, I still give out.
Good stuff. Is there any project you're working on right now that maybe we can jump on, support you, that kind of thing, especially in the mental health conversation?
Yes, I'm planning for a certain event soon for mental health, maybe within April there. But yes, details are not yet out yet, but that's one of the things I want to do. And yeah, so many other things in between.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good stuff, dude.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're very resourceful. You're definitely adding value to our society.
Yes.
After City Nanda invite, we've got an awesome seminar coming through in March. More details coming through in a bit. Yeah, and I just like the fact that we're all very passionate about these types of conversations.
Yeah.
We really need to actually elevate them and hold each other's hands, kwa sababu we out here.
It's tough. It's not only in music, but in film.
Yes.
It goes into a different category, because now there are people who go so deep into their part. When it comes to coming out of the part, that's where the problem comes in. And that's when now people start diving into other avenues that will just direct you to the wrong place.
Yes.
So actually I like what you've said, and the fact that you're talking with actors as well, actors and production teams.
Yes,
they need to be very aware of this, because I've seen it happen on set. I mean, I've done a few films. Someone gets into character, but when it comes to time of rap, this person has to sit by themselves for like a while before they actually just get out of character, and then they can talk to you. So we usually give them that 10-20 minutes. And it's something that has to be addressed, otherwise it will go into something else.
And that's why I usually encourage even productions to have at least a counselor on set, because to decharacterize also needs certain elements within it, because certain people can stay within that season without even knowing. And then it affects them badly. So, but a few production do it, but most don't, because it's very important to know how to come out from a character.
Right. So guys,
handles,
good stuff. Your socials.
Find you.
Yeah.
So yes, you can find me on Facebook at Samuel Luchemo, Instagram Samuel Luchemo, and for the business community, LinkedIn at Samuel Luchemo, and then YouTube I'm also Samuel Luchemo.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
thanks a lot, brother.
awesome.
That is Samuel Luchemo, award-winning mental health advocate and casting director. Today we are talking all things mental health for filmmakers and creatives. When we come back, this guy right here, he's going to do his thing. Himself versus the DJ. 20 guys, 20 minutes after 8. Can you say after 20?
After 20.
It may be from the new millennium, but it's timeless music.